Is there anybody here who does not have stuff to sell? Because if you don't, please let me come to your house. Because I'm one of them crazy people that if I come to dinner, I'm turning over the plate. I'm looking at the stuff on the shelf and go, you know, how much money we could make on that? So, you know, this is the part of the fun is as you learn to research stuff and you start to develop an eye for what to buy and sell. So I'm glad to hear everybody's got stuff to sell. And then as a consignment seller, people will come to me and say, hey, Danna, I've got all this stuff, it's worth millions. I know it's worth millions. So I know you guys can relate. It's worth millions because they saw it in a collector's book. The collector's book says those Elvis LPs are worth thousands of dollars, so it must be true. Or they saw it on the roadshow. They saw an item on the roadshow that they said was worth millions, so $2,000, courting wear, you know, it's worth millions. An appraiser appraised the jewelry. So people think that because an appraiser appraised that jewelry for this price, it's, you know, we all know that those prices are for insurance purposes. They're not for resale purposes. And then, of course, I Googled it, so it must be true. So it's important to learn and understand. As a consignment seller, what I've done is like my Aunt Sally, she thinks everything in her house is worth millions. And she'll say, Danna, let's get this on eBay and make all this money. And I'm like, 20 bucks good, on a good day. And she's always convinced that it's worth a lot. So I have learned to educate my friends and family how to look items up. So then you don't go through that stress of, you know, them playing that guessing game with you. Right now, I wanted to share that researching online is, you know, so important. So we have to research using eBay. How many people research on eBay? Sold, completed. Everybody know how to do that? Anybody not done that? Okay. So when you go to eBay and you're looking something up, you're going to look at the completed sold. And that's going to give you a realistic price versus the asking price. So I'm going to go into details on that more shortly. Also, it helps you decide if your items are even worth listing or not. Are we going to waste our time to list it, or are we going to put a price tag on it and put it in a garage sale? Or are we going to donate it to the Salvation Army? We can, you know, bring stuff over here, and it's a good way to sort your items, and they can make a profit, and you can get a tax write-off for bringing your items in. We're going to look at sold completed, and then we're also going to take a look at WorthPoint and how it is comparable to sold completed on eBay. And then it's also a good idea to take a look at the current listings just to see how many are on. Like if I'm going to list a DVD or a CD, I'll scan the barcode to do the search on eBay. Has everybody done that? The barcode scanning? Okay, those of you that have done that, when we go into the store, come with me and I'll show you how to use your barcode scanner on your eBay app and the advantages of that. WorthPoint has what's called the price guide, and that's where we look items up there. And then on eBay, we're going to check off the box. So who does not have an eBay account? Okay. So during this workshop, I don't go into how to create an eBay account because it's super easy. You're just going to go to ebay.com, click on register, and follow the instructions. It's really not hard. And if you need assistance, you can always email me, but seriously, you're not going to need assistance. If you ever join any website out there, it's the same kind of deal. So you just simply go to eBay, and then when you're searching for something, if you're thinking about selling something, or you start your research, or maybe you want to shop, you just go to ebay.com, and at the top of every page, there is a search bar. You can't miss it. And when you click on the search bar, this is where you could type in what you're looking for. Those of you who are brand new, I suggest you go shopping on eBay, buy some chapstick, buy some socks, you know, just so that you can see how it works. So you can get a feel for, oh, this is how they ship that. This is how this all works. It gives you a better understanding. So for today's demonstration, I'm going to use Trucker Hat. Is there anybody that has a trucker hat at home? I see somebody wearing one actually. He's got it flipped the wrong way though. I can't tell if that's a snapback or is that that's a more modern hat. Depends on the back. Is that a snapback or is it a slide? Okay. So a true trucker hat is a snapback. It has snaps on the back. And a lot of estate sales will generally have them in the closet. And you can generally find them. And I've actually picked up a few at Salvation Army and off of the rack. So when you're going to eBay, you're going to type in trucker hat. This is a good assignment for you to go home and practice, just so you can get an idea on how it works. So when you type it in, you just click on the search bar and type in trucker hat, not with an S, just hat. And then up will come all of the trucker hats that are currently listed on eBay. And there's, on this demo, we're going to click on, you'll see off to the side where there is that box for sold completed. You want to click on sold. So now it'll only concentrate on all the trucker hats that have sold on eBay in the last 30 days or a week. So now you can take a look at what they've been selling for. And this is how you get a realistic value of trucker hats. So it shows us there were 37,000, over 37,000 that have just sold on eBay. And then we can take it a step further. And there's a drop-down box that lets you sort. And when you click on that sort box, it will generally show you just the current listings, or I mean the best match it's called. So you adjust it to highest price first. So you don't waste time looking through 40,000, items. So you adjust it to highest price first. And now it'll reorganize all of those, bring the highest ones that sold for the most amount of money to the top. And now you can reevaluate that list and not waste so much time. Show me the money. So now we can take a look at the hats that have sold for the most. So we see the one on the left, well, what I did notice when I did this search was a lot of people were box lotting them together. So like with so many things, if you have a bunch of items, you want to sit and look up one at a time first, like record albums or DVDs or comic books or anything like that. You want to look them up one at a time first, because that one item could be worth more money than putting it in a box lot. When you discover the items that are not worth a lot of money, you want to put those in a lot so that you can group them together. So when there's in green, it means that it's sold, and if it's got a slash through it, it means that they accepted an offer. And it won't show us what the offer is, but it'll give you an idea that they took less, but it'll give you an idea on where to start your listing. So you want to follow success. Whatever has been successful, you want to be like them when you grow up. So you just want to follow the successful pattern that others are using. Next, we're going to go to WorthPoint. And on WorthPoint, using the price guide, again, you just click on the price guide at the top. And when you click on that, you can also type in trucker hat and take a look at what's been selling. Now, the advantage about WorthPoint is the data goes back 15 years. So it's going to show the trend of the trucker hats over time on what they've been selling, what they fluctuate. You can adjust the category on WorthPoint so that it'll only show you the textile, the clothing area, so you don't have to waste your time through all the areas of WorthPoint, the trophies and glassware. And then just search. And now it'll bring up, I think there was 19,000 that had trucker hat in the title, and I adjusted it so that I would search title only and then photos, only items with photos, so that I could look at them quickly. And then also, just like eBay, there's a sort bar, so you can put the highest price first, and it'll reorganize them and bring the highest sold trucker hats to the top, or whatever item you're looking up. And once you do that, you can also adjust it to only search eBay, or you can leave eBay out. So this is a good tip for those of you that are estate sale. How many people do estate sales? Okay, quite a few. Our estate sale friends, if you put in Corningware, for example, eBay says it's worth millions because all these people, I don't know if there's some secret society on Corningware.
Money laundering.
I don't know what's going on in the Corningware world, but if you do a search on WorthPoint, you can leave out eBay. So when you leave out eBay, remove eBay from that search, now you can see more realistic prices on what the other 350 other auction houses that are on WorthPoint. So it's not just eBay that's on WorthPoint. So now you can see what the average Corningware bowl is selling for versus what eBay says is worth millions. All right, so then for my example, there was this Coca-Cola hat that sold in 2021, and it sold for $1,250. So when we look at that, now I want to learn, okay, this person got this kind of money for this hat. I have one like it. I can't find anywhere else, but it sold, you know, a couple of years ago. So let's take a look at the details. So the first thing I notice is how they spelled Coca-Cola. And then I notice they had SNAPBACK. I noticed the words they used in their title. So I'm going to use those words in my title because it works so successful for them. So it's going to give me an idea on how to be the best that I can be with my listings by checking out these auctions that have sold over the years. Right directly from WorthPoint, you can also click on Sell One Like This, right directly from WorthPoint, and it'll start your listing going forward. It has it's a little bit of a learning curve to do that, but once you follow it through a few times, you'll get the hang of it. And then, how many people do Sell One Like This on eBay? It's the best tool ever. So when you find that hot item on eBay, all you do is click on Sell One Like This, and it'll bring in their title, which we can tweak. I like to tweak the title if needed. They give you 80 characters. You want to take advantage of all those characters in there. It's not a sentence. It doesn't even have to make sense. You can fill it up with keywords. And I would gather those keywords from sold listings, either on eBay or on WorthPoint. And so many times I'll learn things like in clothing, for example, I learned the word leg and look. And I didn't know this word until I have not a designer, she's actually a doctor in New York City in Manhattan, and she sends me boxes and boxes of stuff to sell for her. And they're clothes I've never heard of, and I honestly would never wear. But they are interesting, and they have like too much fabric going on, or they're hanging over here. They got too much artwork going on and activity. And so as I was looking up the brand, I suddenly discovered people were using this word leg and look in their title. And so then I Googled it, and I learned about leg and look, and it was leg and look art to wear. And I was like, okay, we are adding these words to my title. So this is the advantage of spending quality time to research. Facebook Marketplace. How many people were selling there? Okay, and how's that working out? Okay, it's nice, okay. So Facebook Marketplace, how many people are absolutely not on Facebook and will not get on Facebook? Besides my mother. Okay, okay, so we have a couple. So that's okay. Facebook is not the answer for everybody, and I know there's a lot of people actually that, got hacked and won't go back. But then there's also a place called Let Go. Has anybody sold on Let Go? Okay. And then Craigslist. All right, Craigslist isn't as scary as it used to be. I think back in the day, it's like, don't go on Craigslist, because it was kind of scary. But I think it's smart. And I don't know about this community, but in my community, the police station actually has a parking lot area where they encourage people to come and do their sales. And you can exchange money and sell your item in the police parking lots. So you might want to check, your local community to see if the police force offers anything like that. Sometimes the sheriff department or the police force offer that. Nextdoor. How many people are using it? It's like my favorite place right now. I'm so addicted to Nextdoor. It's like, oh, they lost a dog. And then, there's so many things that are involved in Nextdoor, but it's neat because it's a community. You can actually put your meetup group on there. You can put an ad for your meetup group on there, so you may come join us. And Nextdoor is a great place to put your items for sale. How many people have their items in an antique booth? Okay, all right. I'm just new to this, so I'm pretty excited about it. I went and put my items, I got my little booth in Punta Gorda, Florida, and Tamiami Trail, if anybody goes. And it actually, I'm brand new to it, but I came with the idea the other day that I would go back to there when I go home, and I'm going to take some pictures of each item and put them on Nextdoor, and then tell people the address and go pick them up and get them, so that I don't even have to do that. So I've heard a lot of people are very successful with antique stores, or this one's actually called a vendor mall, and I like being involved with it because it's got art, people who are artists too, and I love hanging out with artsy people, and people that are creative and have things that they've made. So you might also want to do a Google search for vendor mall in your community, in addition to antique mall, or thrift store, or resale, consignment. Some people just let you rent a shelf and, increase your odds a little bit and gain some more exposure. Excuse me. The great thing about that too is you can cross-promote your personal business, your eBay business. You can print coupons directly from eBay. Excuse me. And make your coupons available. You create a coupon on eBay and then print them out and make them available to your shops and places like that. That's something the Salvation Army should actually start doing, and put out some eBay coupons at checkout so that when people leave, they could actually go home and maybe bid on things. So there's an idea. Now, eBay, how many people have used local pickup on eBay? Oh, a lot of you. Excuse me. Now, I personally don't like doing local pickup on eBay unless it's your second shipping option. So if you're willing to ship the item, and if you have local pickup first, it shows up in search first as local pickup only. So you want to have that as your second choice. So your first choice would be first class, or if you choose freight, if it's something heavy, and you choose freight as your first option, the great thing about freight is there's no rule about how many days you have to ship it. So you kind of get off the hook. You won't get a ding on your account for not shipping on the time you promised. So for heavy items, I suggest having freight first, and then local pickup second, and then I will ship anything. I will sell anything, no matter how big it is. I've sold everything from tractors to diamond rings. And if you just put in your description, we'll ship anywhere in the world, buyer makes arrangement for shipping. And then choose freight. And then, you can talk to your buyer back and forth. Sometimes they know what they're doing. They just want your item. They're going to send their shipper right in, and you don't have to worry about it. But don't be afraid to try eBay for shipping anywhere. And we have an educational center that we're actually building on WorthPoint, and I am going to have some information there about shipping to help people that, how many are afraid of shipping? Oh. Well, you will never be afraid after you attend one of my workshops on shipping, I promise. Now, online auctions. How many people are doing, I'm not talking about eBay, I'm talking about local auction houses. Okay. So if you do a Google search for a local auction house, there probably are a lot in Houston, I would guess. It's a pretty big city. In my community, I had to go to the next town, which is Fort Myers. They have an online auction house there. Do you have an online auction house? No? Oh, you do?
No, I don't.
Oh, you just use one?
I use two.
Okay, cool. And this is what I love about, I already talked about the vendor mall. Max Sold. Has anybody used Max Sold? Oh, you guys have. Oh, you bought from them. Got good deals, right? It's basic. Max Sold is also, side note, a great place to source. They have a great tool to go there and source items. But Max Sold is my new true love. So I did a little search for you guys on Houston is at the top, and Dallas is at the bottom because we're going there on Wednesday. But if you go to maxsold.com and you put in your area, your town, where you're from, your zip code, and up will come all of the listings, the auctions that are going on right now. What I love about Max Sold is they're all auctions. If you need help, say you have a big estate and you're like overwhelmed, you can contact them and they'll send someone out. They'll send someone out to help you take the pictures. They'll help you with the listings. They'll do the write-up for you. They charge a little fee for that, but sometimes it's worth it because it helps you get rid of a large amount of stuff in a short period of time. Because every auction is 10 days, and every auction starts at 99 cents. So sometimes, okay, it's luck of the draw. Items may sell for 99 cents, but not very often have I seen items go that low. So I suggest you look at Max Sold as an alternative for those of you that don't want to do eBay, or you want to try something different. Or like me, I have some inventory. I hate inventory. So I'm trying to get rid of it quick. I'm like, okay, I'm pulling it off eBay. I don't like items that have been on there like a year. That's too long. So I pull it off, and my husband, he's got stuff on. Oh, I had a sale. It was 8 years I put that on. That makes no sense to me. So move it in, move it out, sell it cheap, because there's always money to be made on the next item. Don't lose sleep over something that you lost money on or shipping on, because you care about the bottom line at the end of the month, not each day. So keep that in mind as you're moving along. But check out Max Sold. You're going to be hearing a lot from them. They have just partnered with WorthPoint, and we're going to be doing a lot more with them as well. Now, how many people, okay, who's still flipping their phone? Nobody, right? We all have smartphones? Okay, we have smartphones. Good news. So the great thing about our smartphone, it's going to be your best friend for taking pictures, doing your listings. You'll get alerts. There's no sweeter sound in the world than when your phone goes ka-ching, and it makes that dollars cash register sound that you had a sale. And then you can sell one like this. I did a workshop in Gainesville, Florida at the post office, and I had a lady there who was 88, and she was using her cell phone. That's all she knew. She didn't have a computer. She didn't even know how to use a computer because her grandkids gave her her phone. And she was listing stuff on eBay and printing labels from her phone, and I didn't even know how to do that. So she was printing her labels because she had a printer that was mobile friendly. So if she can do it, anybody here can do it. You can also save items as a draft. So when I show you my demo on how I scan barcodes, for example, you save it, you find something quickly at Walmart or the clearance rack at Ross or somewhere, and you scan the barcode, and then you get it ready. You see how much it's been selling for. You save it as a draft, and now it's all ready for you to finish off when you go home. So it's another way to step it up. I mean, I've listed DVDs waiting in line at Walmart and just listed them because DVDs are so fast and easy to list. Okay, Max Sold is the same. The great thing, now this is my dashboard on my iPhone on Max Sold. And you can see it's all very easy to use. You keep track of all of your listings right from there. You take all your photos and you list them all. They actually let you have 20 photos compared to eBay has 12. So you can create these lots, and it's nice on Max Sold because you put a lot of things together in a lot. Like you put all silverware, or you could put flatware, or things in lots, toys, games, that kind of thing. And you just simply do it all right from your app. WorthPoint has an amazing app. Also, which we will be doing demos with you when we go treasure hunting. The great thing, my favorite thing, one of my favorite things on the WorthPoint app is wherever I'm traveling to, I can search for antique stores on the map. So if you switch it to the local area that you're at, and you click on the local key, it'll show you all the antique stores right from your location. So it's like, okay, I got time, I can buzz over to this one or that one and check them out. And then also the final thing I wanted to mention about shipping, because I don't go into shipping, was you definitely want to go to USPS.com and create an account. It's free. And then just go ahead and order yourself some shipping material. You can order, one of my favorite pieces of material that you can only order online are these flat rate priority padded envelopes. You can't get these at the post office. So you can order them online. So go set up an account and order some of these because they're so darn handy. And then I create from Sticker Mule, it's called Sticker Mule. And I create these Tyvek bags with my own logo on them. This is Power Selling Mom, shameless plug, at powersellingmom.com. And you can have your own logos printed on your own bags. And if you go to powersellingmom.com and look for Sticker Mule on my website, there's actually a referral code. One thing I really want to point out is the importance of goal setting. Every day, start your day with a goal, okay? I'm going to list 3 items before lunch. Or I'm going to list 5 items. Or I'm going to research today. I'm going to take pictures tomorrow. Or just have some type of a system. There's no one size fits all. Whatever works for you and your lifestyle, that's what you set your goals at. And the thing about goal setting, you have to have a reward. And I live for rewards. I may get my nails done. I love to go get my nails done. It's like, okay, I'm going to finish the week. I'm going to accomplish all these goals, and I'm going to get my nails done on Saturday. Or I'm going to, go have hot fudge at Dairy Queen. It could be anything. It could be out to dinner, something to treat yourself with. But it's important to set goals and give yourself some rewards. Stay organized. Keep track of your inventory. There's nothing worse than selling something and can't find it. How many have been there? I actually just lost my top-rated seller status because I couldn't find too many things. And it's because I just moved. And so they're lost in the shuffle. So I'm emailing people going, I'm so sorry, I can't find this. It's so embarrassing. And you get strikes on your account when that happens. So I just got it back, thank you, Jesus. But I was without it for a while. My sales tanked when I lost that top-rated seller status. So you want to do your best to know where that stuff is. So if I would have been smart when I was packing and moving, I would have inventoried all of my items better, but I didn't. So keep that in mind, Eric, as you're moving. You want to, yes, you want to keep track of where that stuff is. When Eric's making a major move from Dallas to Atlanta to work for WorthPoint, so at their headquarters. So he's got a big move coming up. Get your shipping supplies in order, update all your apps, keep them updated, and then have your alerts. Make sure that your apps are set for alerts so that you are on top of everything that's happening, especially answering questions. If someone messages a question through eBay, for example, you want to be on top of that right away and answer them. It's good customer service. We're going to take a little 15-minute break, and then we're going to hear from Eric Bradley, who's the Vice President of Editorial Content at WorthPoint, and go. 15 minutes.